Welcome to Today on the Jersey Baseball Show, our Generation Next look at many of the top 2022s and in this case, 2023s within the state of New Jersey. We go to Pemberton High School for this one. We are talking with Kai Hutchins, outstanding junior, one of the top players in the state in the class of 2023. Verbal commitment to Old Dominion, like it seems like so many people in New Jersey have. Great program. Traditionally a regional powerhouse, was close to getting the super regionals last year, but always seems like they're in the top 20, top 30, somewhere in that range. So congratulations on that, and welcome. So let's talk Old Dominion baseball first. We know, got the Lavaries down in South Jersey. Noah Dean is crushing it, throwing triple digits.
Yeah.
Logan Duffy in this class here coming up, 2022s. I'm probably missing a couple of guys, but Old Dominion seems to be pretty in on stud South Jersey guys. So
yeah,
how did they get connected with you? How do you get connected with them? And tell us about the process and how excited you are to be going there.
So obviously, my coach is down at BPC that have some really good connections with Stan and Kenny down there, and Marco, my teammate Marco. So in Georgia, I had a really good Georgia tournament, and obviously there was a lot of schools down there, so that was a big tournament, a good one to do well in. And after that, I started speaking with Old Dominion. I went and checked out the campus, checked out the facilities, all super nice. I'm super excited to go there. And just after that, I made it official because that's what felt like home to me, and that's where I wanted to be for my next 4 years.
Yeah, and I'm sure you had other options. Was there anything that really stood out about ODU? I mean, other than it's a great program, great school, and pretty close. Can still get down there to watch you.
Yeah, I love the surrounding area. Virginia Beach, 20 minutes away. A lot of golf courses. I like golf, so. And I connected with the coaches really well, super quick, right off the bat. We had a good connection. It was always a good time talking to them and knowing people that are going there and the people that have gone there. It was a pretty easy choice.
Yep. And they've developed their guys well, so it kind of, lots of good reasons and a lot of excitement, but we're not there yet, right? You're still barely halfway through high school. We still still got a couple years left. What's the goal for you this off season? Because, obviously we want Pemberton to be as good as we can, but at the same time, you're also trying to, you don't want to just be a spectator when you get to college. You you got to raise your game a little bit. So what are we hoping to do?
I'm trying to get as strong, as fast as possible and make my swing as clean as it can possibly be for the season. I've been trying to eat right. Put on as much muscle as possible, and I'm trying to get some of my teammates to start training with me so we can all get on the right path, and it helps with the team chemistry a lot. So
yeah, I feel like when you go through hard work together, right, it's good things. You say you really want to get faster.
Yeah.
I think we're kind of pushing up pretty fast already, right? What was your latest 60 time?
My latest 60 time was a 6.32 laser timed.
That was, and where was that?
That was at Eastern High School.
Okay. So you get too much faster, we could just kind of skip college and go straight to the Olympics and pick up some gold medals. Right? Then you can you get the gold medals, you can play all the golf you want.
True.
Probably for free too. So a lot of your work, you'll be training locally, hopefully with your Pemberton guys, but also been putting in some work down at BPC too.
Yeah, I've been going there since my freshman year of high school, beginning of my freshman year. I went down to Florida with them for the freshman World Series, and I've just been with them ever since. It's a great group of trainers. They really care about all their players. They put time into everybody, so it's a really good place to be.
I feel like it's not just the coaching and the help and the guys there that are awesome, but just that environment of
themselves.
How has that benefited you?
the environment's crazy because it's a lot of guys trying to get better, push each other to get better, and obviously with Chase going first round last year, it created a lot of noise for us and it just pushes all of us.
We've heard of that Chase guy, right? I mean, he's
Yeah, maybe a couple times.
couple times. So you take that environment. How can you bring it back to Pemberton? I'm sure you and there's a couple other guys who are probably leaders on the team.
Mhm.
How do you bring that environment back and push everybody back home to make your high school season as strong as it can be?
I'm just trying to push them, not only for like to do well in the high school season, but because I know a lot of guys on the team are trying to go play college ball, and I'm just trying to push them to be as best as they can. Like everybody's gonna have bad games, bad weeks. It's gonna happen, but you just gotta just keep pushing and make yourself as best you can every day.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. If you judge yourself by every at bat, you're going to go crazy, I think, pretty quick.
Yeah.
Although your average was over 500, I think, last year in high school.
Yeah, it was around 545, I believe, something around
Yeah,
there.
so that's a pretty rare club to be getting hits more than you're getting out. You guys are Group 2 in South Jersey. A lot of competition there.
Yeah.
You feel like Pemberton is pretty ready and stacked to make a good push for a title. And is there any, if you want to shout at any of your guys, the older guys, this would be a good time to do that.
Yeah, I feel like this season, I feel like we're gonna have a good season because a lot of guys have been starting to get like more involved in the weight room, more involved like doing stuff for themselves to try to get themselves better. Um, Two other juniors, Andrew Zweibeck, Antonio Bruno, they've been training with me every week, getting better. A lot of our older guys are starting to take charge too. Our QB1 is up playing left field for us. He's a great outfielder, catches anything. And yeah, it's getting better.
Yeah, that's great. That's and it's competitive. I mean, Burlington baseball is, I think, probably a little more competitive than most people realize too, given
Yeah.
all the attention is way south.
Yeah.
You got some stud teams there between Morristown and Northern Burlington and RV, and there's a lot of really good competition within the league.
Yeah.
So down at BPC, especially like this time of year, you're going to see all the college guys who are home, cycle through. You're going to see the Chase Petties of the world, the pro guys that are there because it's their off season too.
Yeah.
What do you learn from them when they're back in town that can help your game?
It's great having them around because obviously they know what they're doing. They'll try to help in any way that they can, and just watching them work, watching them practice, and seeing like how they react to different things, and it's just an overall good learning experience just to watch older guys who are making it, knowing what they're doing, and just getting better every day too.
Yeah. So Marco is on your summer your travel team, right? Marco
Yeah.
LeVar you're talking about here.
Mhm.
You're gonna be teammates with him for a few years now, obviously.
Yeah.
You guys have gotten pretty close, I'm sure, in that time. Tell us about his game and how kind of neat it is that you're going to be going through the high school stuff together, and then you're going off to school with him.
Yeah, he's a great player. He has a lot of energy. He's just a great teammate to have around. He always pushes guys in the dugout, makes sure everyone keeps their head up and just keeps pushing. He's a great player, obviously. Towards the end of the season last year, he was hitting leadoff for us. So it was him. He was hitting leadoff. I was hitting two. So that worked out really well for us. And yeah, I'm excited to have the next 4 years with him as well.
Definitely. All right, let's switch it to some golf here. That's your next favorite sport if we go down the list here, or you just like playing?
It's probably the sport that I'm second best at.
All right, so how most guys who are legitimately good probably started playing when they were a little younger. How early did you pick up playing, and where do you do you have like a local course that you like going to?
Yeah, I actually started playing when I was 3.
All right, so that's a little younger. Yeah.
Yeah, and there's a course right over on the military base that I would go to all the time because
Hmm.
both my parents worked there. So my dad was really into golf in high school. He has like all of my high school's like school records for golf. So I would go over there very often, and I just picked it up.
What's the best you've ever shot?
The best I ever shot. The last time I really went out and played like seriously was probably a
Yeah.
few years ago before I started really focusing on baseball. But I shot like 81 when I was like 13.
Oh, geez. Yeah. And now just don't have the. I mean, you're spending so much time getting ready for college baseball and loving the game. I guess you don't have the time to play it quite as seriously now.
Yeah, I'll still go like when we go down to like those southern tournaments. Me and my dad will go out and find a nice course to play at because it's a good experience to see all the different courses around.
You still crush it, I guess.
Yeah, short game's a little off, but it's okay.
Can you beat him? Is the question.
I can get close sometimes, but
Fortunately, you go to you make it to the pros. They like to golf all the time, so
yeah.
you got a chance to do both. What's our favorite school subject?
I'd probably say math.
Always been math first.
Yeah,
Keeping track of batting averages and
yeah,
stuff like that. The important math.
yeah. So right now I'm taking honors biology, AP computer science, and AP engineering. And next semester I have honors English, pre-calculus honors, honors history. So it's nothing too crazy right now.
Says who? Seems pretty crazy to me. So you're crushing in school. You're Olympic speed on the bases. Let's talk about the speed and the base running because I've coached guys who it's not always that the fastest guys are the best base stealers, right? And obviously that's something you're going to always want to have a part of your game. What's the mentality that you need to have beyond speed, in order to do what you want on the field?
You just gotta trust yourself, I guess. Like it's a real mental thing. I mean, obviously I'm fast, but more reading like the pitcher's movement, reading the balls in the dirt, because I've gotten really good at I get really good jumps. So like as soon as pitcher lifts his heel up, then I'm good to take off. And obviously being fast helps a lot with that. But yeah, it's just a mental thing more than anything.
Just that ability to be decisive. I think
Yeah.
like just to have that confidence and like you said, that trust. Because I've seen so many guys who are, if you run them in a 60, they're 6'4", they're 6'5", they're whatever. But you get them, 90 feet from the next base, and their breaks are terrible, or they're not really, they just don't have the confidence or the baseball sense. I guess
Yeah.
That's something that you just kind of learn by doing and then trust, right?
Mm-hmm. It's a lot of like, there's like a certain form too that'll help you get a better jump.
Mm-hmm.
Like the drop step form. That's what I do. It just helps me get a better jump, a better push off.
And coaches who encourage you to be aggressive, to be confident, to trust yourself too. I'm sure.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You get guys
Like,
who are screaming and yelling and you're afraid to make a mistake.
Yeah. Like at this point, I've gotten from pretty much all my coaches just a green light to go whenever I feel that I can.
Yeah. So we answered the question of second best sport and what you'd want to be D1. Well, what would you want to be D1 at if it wasn't baseball?
Probably golf. I used to play basketball, but I stopped that a little while ago. I got hurt playing basketball, so that was the end of that. But yeah, it would probably be golf.
Favorite place you've ever played?
For golf or baseball?
Both.
Baseball's got to be the Fit Team ballpark of the beaches in West Palm.
Mm.
That place was insane. The grass was like squishy. It was crazy. And I played in a golf course down in Florida. I can't exactly remember which one, but it was right on the water. It was a beautiful golf course.
What's one thing that's stuck with you, kind of like a piece of advice or a quote or something like that that's kind of stuck with you through the years and really helps drive your game and who you try to be on the field?
I don't even know if there's like a specific quote, but I was always my young coach I had when I was real young. Um, I was always the smallest, like undersized, whatever. He always just told me keep going, just keep pushing because I always had that talent, but it was always overseen because I always played up. Like most of the teammates that I had then are all in college now.
Oh, wow. So you played up quite a bit.
Yeah, they were all a year or two older than me. So he always just told me to keep pushing, keep giving it my all because one day it'll pay off, and it has.
Favorite Halloween costume you ever wore?
Mm. Last year, I was Benny the Jet from Sandlot.
Doesn't get much more classic, right?
Just a quick throw on outfit because I ran out of time.
Yeah, but what was it? Was it legit or was it just like very like? I mean, was it good?
Yeah, I had the jeans rolled up
All
with
right,
the high Converse with the button down baseball jersey.
all right. Well, it's about as good as you can be, right? Um, Favorite place to play in South Jersey?
Probably the Chelsea Heights turf field. It's right down next to Surf Stadium.
Okay.
It's a really nice turf field. Um, really deep fence in right center and center field. There's a soccer field back there, so it's pretty deep. But
The turf brings out your speed a little bit more too.
yeah, if I can hit the ball in the gap, then
Exactly. I was gonna say I'm putting it together. Deeper fence, put the ball in the gap, turf.
right in
Circle
right
the base,
center.
circle the bases twice probably. Um, what's one thing you want to be remembered for and known for on the field?
Um, Probably just the way I played the game. Always playing the game right. I'm trying to leave the biggest impact I can on my school because we don't have the best athletic programs. So a lot of kids will leave and find different schools, which if that's what you want to do, that's okay. But I just always believe in loyalty and sticking with the people that you came up with. So I'd probably just want to be remembered for playing the game right and playing the game my way.
And playing the game at Pemberton.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you see yourself as a role model for younger guys yet, but I would think you certainly could or should be. So if you get the chance to speak to a bunch of 7th and 8th graders, what would be the message that you'd want to give them about, kind of something that you've learned from 7th and 8th grade to now that you think could help them out?
Just follow your dreams always, because the odds aren't always going to be in your favor, and sometimes that's just how life is. But you can't give up on it because if you give up on it, there's no shot. But
That's right.
keep pushing, and you can make your own way. You can find a way. Good things will happen.
Absolutely. So we got to get a little faster this winter because 6-3 isn't enough. We got to go find some golf courses this winter, get a little bit bigger. Be ready to go dominate in the spring and put Pemberton High School pretty much on the map is what we're saying, right?
Yep.
Excellent. Those are all fantastic goals, and I have a feeling you're going to either get all or most of them, and be ready for then we'll talk about senior year after that. But I appreciate the time that you spent here today with us.
Mm-hmm.
best of luck with it, with everything,
Thank
and
you.
and certainly, go Hornets.
Go Hornets.
Kai Hutchins, our guest today, 2023 class, one of the top outfielders in the junior class. He's committed to Old Dominion, verbally committed to Old Dominion, one of the top programs in the country, and we are very certain you will be hearing a lot more about him this year and beyond. That's it for this episode of the Jersey Baseball Show. We look forward to catching you guys next time.